Have you ever reached a moment in your life when you found yourself asking why or what if to those questions that left you feeling uncertain about your purpose in life?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
And yeah, there's been plenty of those moments in life where you, the expectations I think that you had for yourself or where you thought you should be at a certain age or what you thought you should have didn't come to pass. And you
Mhm.
start questioning, what did I do wrong? Like, am I just not meant to have all of that? So yeah, I've gone it through several times, several times.
Can you share with us an instance when you had to deal with that?
Um, After I got married in 2008, I we got pregnant, and I lost the baby. And it was one of the hardest things I had to deal with. And sorry, already crying. But
It's okay. It's okay.
um, I was excited to become a mom, and I was really happy. And I just remember finding out that at about 9 weeks, the baby wasn't there anymore. There's no more heartbeat. And just praying and asking God to revive the baby. Let me become,
Mhm.
and it didn't happen. Um, that was one of the darkest moments I think in my life because I got into a depression, and I remember I would wake up in the morning and get out of bed, and I would just go lay down on the couch.
Mhm.
And I would think we had some wine bottles from our
Mhm.
wedding because this was
Mhm.
probably like a year after we got married. So I had some wine bottles and that were still full of wine. Mm. I can remember looking on the couch or sitting on the couch and looking over at the bottles and just in my head there was a spirit telling me, just go ahead and drink. Just go ahead and
Mhm.
drink. And what does it matter?
Wow.
And I came from a family. My dad was an alcoholic, a happy drunk, if you will. But um, so of course it wasn't ever to me. I didn't think anything bad about it, but at the same time, I was like, I I never did. I just stayed where I was at, and I healed from that. I still wonder about what would have happened if I that baby had survived, and you know but yeah, that was a dark time.
Thank you for sharing that. I know there are a lot of listeners who can relate to that situation,
Mhm.
and there may be people struggling with that right now. Um, and I know they may not understand or see how to come out of it. Can you share some steps you took to shut out the inward and outward noise that might have made you feel like it's not going to get any better?
It was my husband.
Mm.
He he stayed very positive during that time, and he kept telling me that God had told him we were gonna have children,
Oh,
and, that's what got me through it, was his support.
um, I love that. How did your husband deal in that time? What was going on?
We didn't really talk. I don't remember a lot of discussions about it, but I think he went into protective mode.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
He was married before, so he has children. Um, or he has older children, and then he also, when his wife had lost a baby, so he had kind of been through it. Um,
Oh.
but I just remember him kind of giving me my space to grieve and to process it, but
Hmm.
then just being there. I I remember right
Hmm.
away he was like, "You wanna go get a pizza?"
Aw.
And he was, like, just crushed and dying and everything, you know, he's a foodie, so
Aw.
yeah, so he wanted to protect
Oh,
me.
wow. Wow. I believe that we need people in our lives that are on the outside, sometimes looking in, and that support, however it may come, it's what we need in that time. Like your husband, he has a sense of humor, it seems,
Oh, yeah.
and he's been in that situation. So on his journey, he experienced that. And now being married to you, experiencing that with you, and he knew what to do and to be your strong tower.
Yeah,
And I love that you turned to God and prayed, even in the battle that you were facing.
mm,
And that shows where your heart is and where your strength lies, and also the strength in your family. And I love that. Um, I want to tell every listener right now, please hear me. You can do it.
mm,
You may have people around you and you may not have told them what you're going through, but just as Billy has said, you and it showed you can come out of the situation.
yes,
And there may be people in your life and you may not know that they've been in a situation just like you. And then when you go through a situation, what you need will show up. So, Billy, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And please let us know today, how many children do you have?
I have 3 beautiful children.
Aw.
Yes.
Oh,
Mm,
that is beautiful. So it shows that even when you go through struggles in life, situations turns around and there's light at the end of the tunnel.